Hey gang, it's JC and this is your Daily Dose for Thursday, April 29, 2010, a cooperative venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. You can see archives of all of our stuff if you hit the menu bar at the top of the page. We have some new features beginning on Monday. We're going to tell you about that very soon. In the meantime, thanks to Dave Picorni, Jeffrey Goldman, and the gang at Fox Sports Midwest. They let us sit in the luxury box for the ball game last night. And thanks to Tony and Carolyn and Mark and everybody at Hitter's Choice Cages in Eureka, getting ready to play baseball here very, very soon, but out there training. All right, Christy Brinkley and Alexa Ray Joel, mother-daughter, getting plastic surgery together. A nice afternoon under the knife. Christy Brinkley had a facelift. Alexa Ray Joel, this is the daughter of Christy Brinkley and Billy Joel, and I've seen this girl. And I'm telling you, you could take a foot off of that schnoz and she'd go by and people would say, that's a big-ass nose. I hope the thing doesn't grow back. I hope they got all of it. All right, this college football player, Dez Bryant, drafted by the Miami Dolphins. And the general manager for the team sits him down and says, you know, we got a couple of questions we want to ask you. And Dez is like, great, I'll answer anything. You know, I'm very excited to be a Miami Dolphin. Okay, fine. Dez, is your mother a prostitute? And Dez is like, excuse me, baking powder? Yeah, they had reason to believe that mom might have been a little busy on the side, you know. So, no, in a normal job interview, you can't even ask somebody's age or religious beliefs or a lot of stuff for that matter. And they ask if his mother's a prostitute. I mean, how do you answer that question? No, is yours? Is your mother a prostitute? Okay, yes, but she's really good. Big uproar in the sports world. I think you'll hear a lot about this. They might have to change some rules in the NFL. All right, what do we got? Oh, Mindy McCready. This story just keeps getting better and better. This is the country and Western music star. They dropped Western, didn't they? It's now just country. What happened to Western? Anyhow, so she hits it real big at a very early age, has a bunch of hit records, and then Roger Clemens, who's like 15 years older than her, says, that doesn't really bother me if you're 15 and I'm 29. And he's been boinking her for a long time while he was married, flying her all over the country and everything like that. In the meantime, she gets wound up as a meth addict, and she's got all these mug shots. One was a chunk of her nose missing, and she's got DUIs, and she tries to kill herself. Well, now she's got a sex tape, and it wasn't leaked like she says it was. Matter of fact, they found the paperwork. She got paid and signed the form back in January of 2009. Why is it that country stars get a free ride? If you're a rocker, even if you're a pop star, you do something like this, the press just rips you to shreds. But if you're in country music, somehow you get a free ride. This really bothers the crap out of me. Another thing that bothers the crap out of me, Dr. Phil. Okay, so he's on television the other day with the outbreak of men cheating on their wives. Dr. Phil, how can we tell? How, as women, can we tell if our husbands are going to cheat on us? And he says, here's what you do. You look at his ring finger, and if his ring finger is longer than his index finger, he's going to cheat. According to Dr. Phil, it means that when you were in the womb, you were exposed to more testosterone. And Oprah, gosh, thanks. Thanks for Dr. Phil. All right, two strange stories from overseas. The Chinese have come up with a combination cell phone, electric razor, and Indonesian police have arrested a couple for making meatballs out of exotic monkeys. I have no details. I don't want any. Okay. The Olympics were in Vancouver, in Canada, a couple of months ago, and people said, "Well, wait a minute. Where's Rush? Rush is one of the most famous, you know, entertainment acts to come out of Canada. How come they weren't participating in that?" Well, it turns out they were asked and they turned it down. And Geddy Lee said in an interview yesterday that they wanted him to do it, but they wanted him to lip sync. You know, all of those shows, all those pregame shows, Super Bowl, you know, Whitney Houston, Diana Ross, all those big productions, those things are all recorded like 2 days in advance, and then they lip sync them. And Geddy Lee said, no, we play live or we don't play, and so the whole thing fell apart, and so that's why. But you know what? Good for Geddy Lee. These guys were very mean to me a couple of years ago. I'll tell that story some other time. All right, we talked about stressful jobs, and here is the list according to this outfit called CareerCast.com. And when you look at the most, stressful jobs, 3 of the 10 in the top 10 are jobs you can get shot at. I think that's why they're stressful. Real estate agent at number 10, advertising account executive, Public Relations Officer at number 8, Highway Patrol Officer at number 7. There's one of those jobs you can get shot at. Commercial Pilot Police Officer at 5, another one you can get shot at. Number 4, Surgeon, not a big margin for error. Number 3, Taxi Driver, another job you can get shot at. Corporate Executive and Firefighter, those are your top 10 most stressful jobs. All right, there's some stuff going around where people are being contacted by radio companies and research groups, and they say, hey, how old are you? Where do you live? What's your favorite radio station? And depending on the answer that you give, they're going to invite you to participate in a little seminar. And people have said, gosh, JC, I got contacted. Are these things on the up and up? And the answer is, for the most part, yes. And here's the deal. If you fall into a certain demographic, and depending on what station it is they're researching, if you give the right answers to say, okay, fine, here's the deal. We'll pay you like $100. We'll feed you. And all you have to do is sit for 3 hours in an auditorium. We're going to ask you some questions, and we're going to play you some little parts of songs. You just tell us what you like and you don't like. And all that's on the up and up. They'll do that. What's not on the up and up is it's never an independent research firm like they always say. It's always a particular radio station trying to do research on why people like or don't like what they're doing, like or don't like what their competitors are doing. And they will ask you probably, what do you think of that goddamn J.C. Corcoran? Go ahead and tell them. It's not going to change anything, but it might make them feel real bad, make them even more embarrassed that they pulled the plug on our show to save money. So if you get contacted, yeah, it's on the up and up. Also, we have another group of radio stations in town trying to get away with something. You're used to somebody saying, hey, I got a pair of Cardinal tickets, be caller 25 and you got the tickets. All right, so what they're doing now is they're saying, hey, we're giving away $100,000 every day for the next couple of weeks. $100,000 a day. And you say, well, God, that's worth my time. I'll listen to that radio station. Those are pretty good odds, you know, I'll try to win it. What they don't tell you is that it's being done all over the country at exactly the same time. The announcement to call in is being made in 35 markets on 60 radio stations all across the country. So the odds really aren't that good. And even when they play back the winning caller, it could be somebody out of, you know, Charlotte or San Diego. But you don't know that because the announcement goes by so fast that you don't hear the part about the fact that it's going on in 34 other cities and 59 other radio stations. Don't get sucked into that. All right, I've had my issues with the Rock Hill Police Department, but you're probably also aware that Officer Matt Crosby of Rock Hill, the police department there, was wounded in the line of duty back in April of this year. And so the St. Louis Blues, the Blues alumni, and a bunch of celebrities have gotten together, and there's going to be a big charity fundraising softball game next Friday night, May 7th, over at CBC at 7:30. And a lot of guys are playing, a lot of Blues players: David Backus, Eric Brewer, Barrett Jackman, Cam Jansen, Eric Johnson, Alex Steen, Davis Payne, the coach. A lot of the Blues alumni are going to play. Keith Kachuk is going to be there. And a lot of local celebrities, including, you got your Marty Marr, Martin Kilcoyne from Fox 2, my buddy Brian McKenna, Rennie Knott from Channel 5. What do we got here? Dan O'Neill from Post-Dispatch, Andy Strickland from KFNS, Kevin Wheeler from KMOX, and yours truly. I'm going to do that too. John Kelly, the voice of the Blues, and our buddy Favaz are going to MC the game again. Buy a ticket for this thing. Come on out. You have a great time watching us strike out and drop the ball. You get some laughs out of the whole thing. You drop a couple of bucks and it goes to a great charity, a great cause. If you want information on this, Ticketmaster.com or 1-800-745-3000. That's pretty cool. All right, JC's Eye Candy today. They're doing a porn of the Tiger Woods story with Jocelyn James, one of his hoes. And they have a picture of her and a bunch of the guys who showed up to audition for the Tiger Woods role. So that's your eye candy today. Tomorrow, we have some poop on Chelsea Handler, the talk show host over at E! It's pretty racy stuff. And also, we'll tell you the details about our 2 new features that begin on Monday right here at jc'ontheline.com. In the meantime, that's your Daily Dose for Thursday, April 29th, 2010, a cooperative adventure and venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.